Here's a quick explanation of how you will create and complete your common formative assessment for geometry. First of all, the objective. You're going to create a stop motion video showing rotation and translation. Now, if you want to take it a bit further or up a notch or to the next level, you're going to do reflection and dilation. What kind of materials are you going to use? You might use pens, colored pencils, you might use markers. Anything that you have in your classroom is okay to use. In fact, you'll be given either cardstock or you may be given simple old paper. You'll be given scissors to cut with, and then you just need your imagination. One last thing is you might need a little bit of tape. Alright, let's clear all that stuff off the table. Here's an example of a scene that I made. Notice that I have tape on the back side. You want to create a backdrop. You can create any kind of backdrop you want, or you don't even need a backdrop actually, but you will need to create one main object. In my case, I have a car. Okay? So in this case, I'm going to now need one last thing. So we have all our materials, we have our objective. What we need is an app that we're going to use. So I'm going to switch over. So what you want is the iMotion HD app. It's the one in the top left-hand corner. It's the camera with the little clock or watch attached to it. I'm going to click on that. Notice it says time-lapse or manual. You want manual selected because we're going to take individual shots to make a stop-motion film. Okay? So once you select manual, you don't necessarily have to put a movie title. So now it hasn't started recording anything. In fact, you can see up at the top it says images 0 because we haven't clicked on any. So what I want to do is I want to place this car down and I'm going to place it at the edge. In your case, you're going to be using, now don't forget, I'm showing you an example of how to do stop motion. I'm not showing you an example of translations, rotations, and so on. Okay? So I'm going to leave that up to you. Alright, so here's my car. I'm going to start it right there. And I'm going to click on capture. A couple picked images would be good. Click it twice. I'm going to move it forward slightly. And I'm going to hit capture again. Move it forward, capture again. I do this with one hand so my finger doesn't get caught in the capture. Remove my finger and click capture. Move, capture. Move, capture. Move, capture. Right now I'm going to add a little exhaust. Okay, so I'm going to set a little exhaust there. I'm going to capture it. I'm going to move it out. I'm going to put the next size of exhaust because exhaust as it comes out gets a little smaller or dissipates. And I'm going to continue to do this for one more image. Almost done. And then I'm going to move each of these one at a time as they continue to move out of the screen. Capture. Capture, capture, and then move it out, capture, and then start moving the car. Forward, capture, forward, capture, forward, capture, forward, capture, forward, capture, forward, capture, forward, capture. All right. Then what I want to bring in, and this is what you will do as well, but for your geometry, is you're going to bring in an explanation that's written down on a piece of paper. So for example, I'm going to start to bring in this right here. Bring it in, 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 bring it in. I'm going to stop it for a second, and in this case what would happen is you have an explanation of what you just did. Again, you're going to be doing it for geometry. I wrote it for the exhaust. Exhaust is a result of a combustion of fuels. So when fuel combusts, it breaks down inside of a system and then has to be pushed out somewhere. And that's what you saw an example of. And if I wanted to now kind of quickly start to exit it for my finish. Now you may do this a couple times to explain what dilation or translation or rotation is. And so that's going to be up to you. Now, let me stop the movie. I'm going to click stop. And then I'm going to click on the board again. So you know it goes away. So I'm going to click stop again and quickly tap it again on the screen. And now you see my movie. Okay. If you notice my description of what I just did, so what exhaust is, I should probably take about 10 pictures of that so it would sit in the frame for just a bit longer. But that's my small movie. That's my stop motion, and this is exactly what you're going to do. Now I'm going to click export on the top or the bottom right area there. And then I want to send it to my photo library. So it's going to take it to your camera roll. And you can see that it's exporting the video. I've only got 43 frames, so you can take many, many more, as many as you need. Then I'm going to go ahead and click OK to allow to access my photos. And it has been saved in my photo library. And that's it.